Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's forest chair yoga. I couldn't be more excited to be out here this morning. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful morning. There are birds, there's a breeze, it's the perfect temperature. I'm loving it. And what better ambiance than Mother Nature herself? So I'm not even going to provide us with any artificial music. We've got nature's music here. We have birds, we have breeze. What else do we need, right? So for today's session, you're going to need a chair with or without armrests, and make sure that you can have your feet flat on the floor. You may need some sort of prop, a foot pad or a shoebox or books, anything you could think of to make sure that your feet are firmly planted flat on the floor. Now throughout today's session, I'm going to be cueing most of these moves away from the back of the chair, but if at any point in time you're becoming tired, you're getting tension developing in your body from sitting away from the support of the chair, feel free to scoot back to the back of your chair. Now if I do that, that means that I'm just going to be sitting here like this, and that's not very good, right? So make sure when you scoot back that you do have a foot pad if you have the short legs like moi. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started by finding your Sukhasana, your easy pose, whatever that means for you. So a nice comfortable seated position. So feet are flat on the floor. Bring your palms onto your lap, either up or down. Shoulders gently pressed back and down. Your head and ribs are lifted. Nice dignified posture here to start. You may choose to rest on the back of your backrest of the chair, or you may choose to sit more towards the front of your chair, which is more of an active position. Keeping the core slightly braced. Shift your weight a couple times side to side so that your weight is evenly distributed. Find your center through your sit bones. Once you find your grounded and centered Sukhasana, I invite you to close your eyes as we take just a few moments here in the beginning of class to get in touch with the rhythm of our breath and to set our intention for today's session. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth as long as your seasonal allergies allow. Deep, rhythmic breaths. I know you kind of have to be inside to watch this video, so I'm very happy to bring the outdoors to you. Clear your mind. As thoughts, plans, or problems arise in your mind, no blame, no problem. To simply place those thoughts on an imaginary leaf and allow that leaf to float down the stream and away. Being present here and now in this moment. This moment is for you. Now from here, you may choose to keep your eyes closed or gently open them. You may choose to bring your arms onto an armrest, which I do not have, or you may choose to keep your palms on your lap. Whatever feels best for you in this moment. We're going to go ahead and go into some movements to loosen up the neck and the shoulders just a little bit. So start with good posture. There's a bug on me, and that's okay. So ears are over shoulders, shoulders are over hips, head and ribs are lifted, weight evenly distributed. You're facing straight ahead. Your chin is aligned, parallel with the floor beneath you. On your next exhale, gently shift your gaze down towards your lap, tucking your chin towards your chest, maintaining shoulders over hips. On your next inhale, bring your head back up to a neutral position, facing forward. Fill your lungs. On your next exhale, ear to shoulder, the left ear drops to the left shoulder, keeping the right shoulder back and down, getting a nice stretch through the right side of the neck. On your next inhale, bring your head back up through the center, facing forward. On your next exhale, gently shift your gaze upward towards the ceiling or towards the sky for me. Ooh, here comes a breeze. On your next inhale, bring your head back to neutral, facing forward. On your next exhale, right ear to right shoulder, keeping the left shoulder back and down, getting a nice stretch through the left side of the neck. On your next inhale, bring your head back up through the center, back to neutral. Fill your lungs, sitting up nice and tall. On your next exhale, shift your gaze with a gentle turn of the head to the left, over the left shoulder, turning your head as far as is safe and comfortable for you. There's no twisting or turning outside of the neck, so keep the chest forward. On your next inhale, bring your head back through the center, facing forward. On your exhale, shift your gaze to the right, over the right shoulder. No twisting at the waist. Keep that left shoulder back and down. And on your next inhale, bring your head back to the center, facing forward, back to your neutral position, and breathe naturally. We're going to go through that neck warm-up combination one more time. Take a deep inhale, sitting up extra tall. On your exhale, shift your gaze down towards your lap, tucking your chin towards the chest. Inhale as you bring your head back to the center, back to a neutral position. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. No turning of the head. Keep the right shoulder back and down. Inhale, bring your head back up through the center, back to neutral. Exhale as you shift your gaze upward towards the ceiling, up at a diagonal angle. Fill or expel all of the air out of your lungs. On your inhale, bring your head back to center, facing forward. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Keep the left shoulder back and down. Inhale, bring your head back up through the center. On your exhale, shift your gaze to the left, over the left shoulder, turning your head as far as is safe and comfortable. On your inhale, bring your head back through the center, facing forward, back to a neutral position. One last time, on your exhale, shift your gaze to the right, over the right shoulder. And on your inhale, bring your head back to the center, facing forward, back to your neutral position. I've got a couple ants on me, so give me a moment. Alright, so from here we've got that neck nice and loose. Feel free to give it a couple little waves side to side, a couple gentle head turns to release any remaining tension through your neck. And then find your center once again. We're going to go into some shoulder shrugs here. On your inhale, Lift those shoulders up to the ears as high as is safe and comfortable for you. Strong shoulders. And exhale as you allow them to drop back and down, long neck. And again, inhale, lift the shoulders nice and high towards the ears. And exhale, drop the shoulders back and down. Head and ribs are lifted. Let's do one last time. Inhale, shrug the shoulders. And exhale, drop the shoulders back and down, long through the neck. At this point, we're going to go into our cactus arms. Go ahead and bring your arms up so that the palms are over the elbows. Now come as close to this position as is safe and comfortable for you. You may find yourself with your arms more down here, or maybe your arms are a little forward. That's okay. Find your range of motion and settle into this position, attempting to get your palms directly over the elbows at shoulder height, and the shoulders back and down so the ribs are nice and open. The chest is nice and open. Chin is parallel with the floor, so there's no gazing up or down. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. Take a deep inhale, elongating through the spine, sitting up extra tall. Going into some head turns. On your exhale, gently shift your gaze to the left, over the left shoulder. Take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, gently shift your gaze across to the opposite side, over the right shoulder. Take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, allow your gaze to shift across to the opposite side. We're strengthening the upper back as we're getting a good stretch through the neck. One more time on each side. Take a deep inhale over the left shoulder. On your exhale, shift your gaze across over to the right shoulder. Listen to your neck, work your range of motion. Take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, bring your head back to a neutral position, facing forward. And bring those elbows and palms towards each other at the midline, at the center of your chest. Now you're working towards this position. Depending on the mobility of your shoulders and your upper back, you may find yourself with your elbows more apart as you bring the palms together if it becomes uncomfortable. Or you may be able to bring those elbows all the way together to the midline of your chest. Honor your body, be patient with yourself. There's no need to force yourself into any position that causes discomfort or tension. Now, if it's comfortable for your neck, gently shift your gaze upward towards your fingertips as we breathe here and hold this eagle pose. In through the nose and out through the mouth. On your next inhale, open back up into cactus, and you're going to bring those elbows towards each other behind you, keeping those forearms upright, vertical, as far as is comfortable for you. They're going to want to come down more horizontal. That's okay. Listen to your body. Work the elbows towards each other. Squeeze. Inhale. And exhale back into eagle. Bring the elbows and palms towards each other. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, open into cactus. Squeeze those elbows towards each other behind you. And exhale as you bring your palms and elbows back towards each other. Back into eagle. Inhale into cactus. Bring those elbows towards each other. Fill your lungs. And exhale back into eagle. Squeeze out all the air. One last time on your inhale into cactus. Squeeze those elbows towards each other, opening the chest. And exhale into eagle. Elbows and palms together, aligned with your spine as far as is safe and comfortable. Return to the natural rhythm of your breath. Go ahead and bring the elbows apart and the palms back down to heart center. And take a moment to breathe. Release all tension. Gently release your palms back down onto your lap. And we're going to go into some shoulder rolls to release even further tension through the upper body. So you can choose to do whatever you want to do with your palms here. They can be down at your sides, inside armrests, outside armrests. They could be gently resting on your lap, or they could be kind of hovering out at your side. Whatever you want to do here, do it. I'm going to have my palms kind of gently resting on my lap. Start with a nice dignified posture, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Head and ribs lifted, chin is parallel with the floor, slightly tucked inward as if it's on a railroad track. So it's not jutting out and it's not jutting super in, giving you a big double chin, just slightly tucked inward. Let's go into our shoulder rolls. Both shoulders come all the way up, back, and down, breathing deeply. Find a rhythm that works for you. Shoulders are up, back, and down, finding your full range of motion here. Up, back, and down. Continue with these shoulder rolls. And if you feel like you would like a deeper stretch through the shoulders, you can go into elbow circles instead, which is an option. So if you choose that option, what you'll do is you'll bring each palm or fingertips to each shoulder, and you're going to be drawing circles with the elbows. So you're going to bring the elbows forward as far as is comfortable, up through your full range of motion. Keep the elbows up as you press them back and down. Big circles all the way around, forward, up, back, and down. Remember, only choose this if you feel like you would like a much deeper stretch than the regular shoulder rolls can provide. This is also giving you a stretch through the triceps, through the forearms, giving you a deeper stretch through the shoulders into the upper back. So whether you're doing elbow circles or shoulder rolls, let's just stay here for a couple more moments. Deep rhythmic breaths at your own pace. Let's do one last roll here. Once you finish up your last roll or circle, bring yourself back to a neutral upright position. Very nicely done. Take a moment to acknowledge the sensation in your body now. How does your upper body feel, your neck and your shoulders? No judgment, just take note of how you feel. Check in with the rhythm of your breath, making sure that there's no shallow breathing, that you're continuously attempting to work the full capacity of your lungs. Alright, we're going to go into one more stretch that really targets the upper body. So it is really called Yoga is Wonderful, and I love it. And really all that is to help us remember the posture. So it starts with your arms up above you as high as is safe and comfortable. This is yoga. Is wonderful. You're going to come into a little bit of a cactus pose, bringing the elbows towards each other. Chest is nice and open. We're a W here. Wonderful. And then going into I love it with a hug, almost kind of rounding the upper back, tucking in the tailbone, Bringing the sides of the palms towards each other out in front of you. Long arms reach and stretch. And then bring your palms together back into heart center. All right, we're going to go through that just 3 more times. And I want you to think about the concept of what's called pandiculation, which is that natural stretch. When you wake up in the morning, that kind of, that big, good, deep stretch you get that babies do, that animals do, and that adults often forget how to do. We're going to get in touch with that today. Inhale, yoga, reach up as tall as is comfortable. Is wonderful. A little bit of a cactus pose. Bring the elbows towards each other, opening the chest. And I love it, kind of rounding out through the upper back, through the lower back, tucking the tailbone slightly. And bring those palms together back into heart center. Very nice. 2 more times. And breathe at a rhythm that feels good for you. Deep breaths. Let's start with an inhale. Yoga, reaching up is wonderful. We're in a W. And I love it. Rounding out the upper back, extending the arms out in front of you together. Bring the palms together into heart center. One last time. Big, good stretch. Inhale, yoga is wonderful. And I love it. Bring the palms back together into heart center and release your palms down at your side. Shake it out a little bit. Shift your weight a little side to side. Find your center and breathe. Enjoy the sensation of that stretch for just a moment. Release all tension. Now from here, we're going to go into a side extension to get a good deep stretch through the sides of the torso into the hips. Now listen to your body and work your range of motion. If you have an armrest, I encourage you to use the armrest for support as we do our side extensions, reaching up and over. If you don't have an armrest, I encourage you to place your palm on the edge of the chair next to you, keeping the shoulders back and down. So go ahead and begin with both palms either down at your sides on the edges of the chair or on the armrests if you have them. So you're nice and supported. No unsupported side flexion here. Not safe. So keep the shoulders back and down. Nice, good posture. Dignified and proud. Maybe a gentle smile across your face. Why not? Going into our side extension, really think about your shoulder and your range of motion. As you inhale, bring the right arm up and over. Now, if you have some restriction through the shoulder, that arm may be more in front of your face or more across the chest, depending on your body. Honor your body. Wherever you land is comfortable for you, then that's perfect. I'm going to cue the full version, which is the arm up and over. The left palm is there for support, either on the armrest or on the edge of the chair. You're going to keep the right hip in the chair. No lifting of that right hip. Keep it stuck to the chair as you reach up and over. Breathe deeply. Leaning to the left here. Deep rhythmic breaths as we hold. Getting a nice stretch from the armpit down the ribs, through the obliques and into the hip. If it's comfortable for your neck, gently shift your gaze at your fingertips above you or in front of you, wherever that arm has landed. Check in with this left shoulder. It's very tempting to allow some compression through the neck there, bringing the ear to the shoulder. Don't allow that. Keep the neck long. Keep some space between the left shoulder and the left ear. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, considering your allergies. On your next exhale, bring yourself back to neutral, allowing the right palm to come back to the armrest or to the edge of the chair. to the other side. On your inhale, the left arm comes up and over or in front, whatever your shoulder says feels good. Nice and supported with the right palm on the armrest or the chair. You may choose to have a slight bend in that right elbow to allow you to bend even farther to the right. Getting a nice deep stretch from the right armpit down through the ribs, through the obliques and into the hip. That reminds me, check in with that left hip. Make sure it's planted in the chair, not lifted. If it's okay for your neck, gently shift your gaze to your fingertips and breathe. Notice the sensation of the stretch. On your next exhale, allow that left palm to come back down for support, back to a neutral position. From here, we're going to allow our own breath to lead our movements. Inhale, right arm up and over. You think about your range of motion. Honor your body. Keep that right hip in the chair. Fill your lungs. Exhale, lower the right arm back down. Inhale, left arm up and over. Keep that left hip in the chair and exhale, lower the left arm back down. Just one more time on each side. Inhale, left arm up and over. Exhale as you lower. One last time. Inhale, left arm up and over. And exhale, lower back down. Bring yourself back to a neutral position. And bring both palms onto your lap. And take a moment to breathe. From here, going into some work for the lower body, we're going to begin with a single leg Apanasana, which is simply knees to chest. I want you to really honor your body, listening to not only your doctor's orders regarding how far you round out your spine, but listen to the sensations in your body. Don't force yourself into any position that causes pain. Pain should never happen in yoga. If it's happening, then you need to ease back out of the pose very gently. So going into our Apanasana, go ahead and keep your right palm on your lap for support as you gently lean forward and take the left palm behind the left knee. Now from here, you're going to shift your weight back slightly and lift that left foot off the floor. You may notice that this left shoulder has rounded forward. Check back in with that. Keep it in check. Keep it back and down. No rounding forward with that shoulder. Now, for our Apanasana, you are essentially rounding out over that left knee. You may choose to gently lift the left knee, but really listen to your hips, listen to your back. If it's causing tension, just keep that knee parallel at hip height or even lower. My arms are pretty short, so I really can't keep it much lower than up here, but that's okay for me. It doesn't cause any tension. So what you're going to do is you're going to slightly bend this elbow if you're going to be lifting the knee. Find a position where you lift the knee and you're getting a gentle stretch through the hips and maybe into the lower back, but it's not uncomfortable. Keeping this left foot flexed, and then you're going to gently round out, tucking the chin towards the chest, gently rounding the shoulders forward over that left knee. Breathe deeply as we hold here. Working on strength for not only the hip flexors as we keep the knee lifted, but for this left arm as well, the bicep and the shoulder, holding that leg up. Now, if rounding out is not safe and comfortable for your back, then just don't do it. You'll just stay upright. On your next inhale, Gently lower that left foot back down onto the floor, both palms on your lap, back to a neutral position. We're going to go to the opposite side. Keep the left palm on the lap. Gently lean forward, taking the right palm behind the right knee. Shift your weight back slightly as you lift that right foot off of the floor as high as is safe and comfortable. Find a position that feels good for you. Get this right shoulder nice and back and down, head and ribs lifted. That right foot is flexed. And on your next exhale, gently round out over that right knee, tucking the chin towards the chest, rounding the upper back slightly, and breathe deeply as we hold here. Check in that your weight is evenly distributed through your hips. It can be tempting to shift your weight onto the opposite hip, but keep both hips planted in the chair. On your next inhale, gently allow that right foot to come back down onto the floor, facing forward, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, back to your neutral position. Now from here that we get a good stretch through the hip flexors, we're going to go into a strengthening pose, active posture for hip mobility and strengthening. So you can either have your palms on your lap, on the armrest, or on the edges of the chair, whatever feels best for you. I'm going to have my palms on my lap. Nice good posture. Maintain the ribs lifted, chin parallel with the floor. Alright, you're going to keep that right foot planted on the floor as you bring the left toe to the right toe. This left knee is as open to the side as is comfortable for you. Now keep this knee nice and open to the side as you bring that left toe to the ankle. Breathing deeply. Bring that toe to the calf. There's a spider on me, but that's okay. Keep this left knee as open to the side as is safe and comfortable. Keep checking in with your body. This requires some strength. If you need to take a break, that's okay. Just bring that foot back to the floor. And then one more lift. If it's within your range of motion, you may choose to stay here, or you may choose to bring that left toe to the left knee. And then gently allow that toe to slide back down the calf and bring the foot back onto the floor. Now let's go to the other side. Keep the left foot planted on the floor. Bring the right toe to the right left ankle. Yes. Wait, yes. This right knee is nice and open to the side. Now, bring the right toe to the right ankle. Bring the right toe to the calf, working within your range of motion. Bring the right toe, if you like, if that's safe, to the knee. And then allow the toe to slide down the calf and bring the foot back down onto the floor. Let's do one more time on each side. Check in with your posture. Don't allow your spine to round out as you brace yourself to bring the foot up. Stay lifted. And if at any point you're coming out of alignment to accommodate the lifting of the foot, then stop the progression. Only stay at the toe or the ankle or the calf if coming up to the knee is forcing you out of alignment. So here we go. Deep rhythmic breaths at your own pace. Keep the core braced, nice and tall. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Bring the left toe to the right toe. Left knee nice and open to the side. Left toe to the right ankle. To the calf. And maybe towards the knee. On your next exhale, allow the toe to slide down the calf and bring that left foot back down onto the floor. One more time on the right side. Bring the right toe to the left toe. Right knee nice and open to the side. Right toe to the ankle. To the calf. And maybe to the knee. On your next exhale, allow that toe to slide down the calf and bring that foot back down onto the floor. Back into your neutral position. We're going to go straight into some windshield wiper knees with head turns. So find a pace of breath that feels good for you, attempting to work the full capacity of your lungs, deep rhythmic breaths, and you're going to allow both knees to sway to the right and to the left, to the right and to the left. Nice and slow and controlled. Continue these knee sways left and right. And we're going to add in an opposite head turn. So as your knees sway to the right, gently shift your gaze to the left. And as your knees sway to the left, gently shift your gaze to the right. Continuing at a pace that feels good for you. There's no twisting at the waist. Keep the chest forward. It's a gentle turn of the head in the opposite direction of your knee sways. If it feels good for you, you may choose to sync your rhythm with your breath. Exhaling as you turn the head to the side. Inhaling as you shift your gaze across to the opposite side. Exhale one direction. Inhale opposite direction. A lot of ants on this bench. Makes sense. Just a couple more moments here, getting a nice gentle stretch through the hips, through the neck. We're multitasking. On your next inhale, go ahead and bring yourself back to a neutral position. We're going to go into a good stretch for the hamstrings and for the glutes, for the calves, so for the full back of the leg, also into the hips a little bit. Typically, we do our hamstring stretch just kind of straightforward. We're mixing it up a little bit today, as you can see. So I want you to use your heel to toe walk to walk those hips a little farther open. Nothing crazy here, just kind of out at a diagonal angle. Both palms are on your lap for support, upper to mid thigh, nice and tall, dignified. Now from here, go ahead and extend the left leg. So the left toes are actively coming towards you, the foot is flexed, both palms are on your lap. We're going to go into our forward fold to activate a deep stretch. Listen to your body and only forward fold as far as feels good for you. Keeping your neck in line with the rest of your spine. Lead with the chest as you hinge at the hip crease and lean forward. Maintaining a nice flat back. Keeping the shoulders back and down away from the ears. And breathe as we hold here. Check in with those left toes, making sure they're actively coming towards you. That's giving you a deeper stretch through the back of the calf. Focus on the sensation of the stretch from the ankle through the calf, through the back of the knee, up through the hamstring, into the hip, into the glute, and the lower back. Just a few more moments here. On your next inhale, gently press yourself back on up to an upright position. Go ahead and bring that left foot back onto the floor. And we're going to go to the other side. Go ahead and extend the right leg, heel to the floor, toes coming towards you, sitting nice and tall. Add in your forward fold, lead with the chest, hinge at the hip crease and lean forward. Keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine, so you're not gazing upward, you're not gazing down towards the tailbone. Nice flat back, so you're gazing to the floor at a diagonal angle. Shoulders are back and down away from the ears. Keep checking in with those right toes, actively coming towards you. Supported with both palms on your lap. Check in with the rhythm of your breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Work the full capacity of your lungs. On your next inhale, gently press yourself back on up to an upright position. Go ahead and plant that right foot. Heel to toe, walk your feet so that they are back to hip distance apart. And we're going to go into one more little gentle stretch for the hands and for the wrists. This is called web, claw, beak, paw, which rhymes, so that's fun for me. Alright, so nice dignified posture. Go ahead and bring your arms out so the palms are kind of facing forward. Nothing super intense here. They're just kind of lifted. Elbows are nice and close to your body for support, so it doesn't take too much effort. No, so for web, you're going to really open up those palms, spread the fingers as wide as is comfortable for you, getting a good stretch between each finger. Your hands are as wide and open as they can be here in web. Going into claw, a claw position, so you're kind of arching those fingers so they're pointing forward like a bear claw. Going into beak, you're going to bring the fingers and the thumbs together into a little beak position. Then into paw, take a gentle fist. You can have the thumb outside the fist or inside the fist, whatever feels good for you. And then we're going to take some wrist rolls in towards the center for 3, 2, 1, and reverse out to the side. 3, 2, 1. We're going to go through that 2 more times, starting in the neutral position. Let's go for web, claw, beak, paw. Roll out to the side. 3, 2, 1. Reverse in towards the center. 3, 2, 1. One more time. Web, nice and open. Claw, beak, paw. Roll into the center. 3, 2, 1. Out to the side. 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Allow your palms to come back onto your lap. Go ahead and scoot all the way to the back of your chair. We're going to take a brief Shavasana here at the end of our session. I invite you to find your Sukhasana, your easy pose, the most comfortable position that you can find. Close your eyes with heavy eyelids and take a moment to reflect on and restore from today's session. Simply observing your breathing, allowing thoughts to pass through your mind. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and finish class with 3 nice deep breaths and a group Om on the final exhale. So go ahead and bring your arms out to your sides. Eyes can be open or closed. On your inhale, raise the arms, bring the palms towards each other through your range of motion. Fill your lungs. Keep the palms together as you exhale. Lower them down through heart center. 2 more breaths. On your inhale, open the arms. Fill your lungs. Exhale, palms down through heart center. One last time, I invite you to Om on the exhale as a group. Open the arms and inhale. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Thank you for joining me today in the forest. I bring a virtual forest to you all, and namaste.